And welcome back to Spoiler Kings. Guys, did you see House of the Dragons finale?
Sure did.
That
Yes.
the Black Queen is alive and well, and I understand her 100%. What the hell?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
this is how you do a finale that leaves you aching for more.
Yeah. And it just sucks that we have to wait 2 years
I,
I
for
expected 2 years.
it's
You
so
know,
annoying.
actually
dude,
surprised that it wasn't that it wasn't that
are
it's
they
not.
planning a pandemic? Like, I don't understand. Like, why have I gotta wait 2 years? Like, literally, I was that meme with the guy on the beach sitting there looking at the sunset, sitting on the bench, like, why do I have to wait 2 years for this? This is crazy.
And the
But
way HBO and or Warner Brothers Discovery, whatever the hell they want to call
yeah,
themselves now, the way they've been handling themselves the past, since the merger,
Mhm.
what's going to happen in 2 years? You know what I mean?
they're gonna
Like
be
what?
bought out by
Exactly.
Universal. Be
Yeah.
bought out by Universal.
So
Yeah, it's crazy that it's. Well, I don't want to say it's crazy that it's going to take that long because, like I said, that's what I expected.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you
As much
know,
as I want to be angry about it, I
I'll
have
be
to say
31 when it comes back.
maybe,
Maybe.
maybe. But honestly, we didn't have any CGI problems, did we? This was like one of those things that just everything went together. Everything was good. It just
mhm.
I have no complaints.
We finally, well, I don't know, spoiler. We finally got the dragon fight that we've been wanting. We
Woo!
got it in
Then we
Game of
get the
Thrones,
dragon
but too
fight.
bad we couldn't see it. But we couldn't
Oh,
see it
that
in
was
Game of
amazing.
Thrones because it was just pitch black. So now we got it, and man, damn, that was so much better that I felt than it was in Game of Thrones. Like the first dragon fight or technically the second dragon fight we got in this universe.
This this episode was a straight story, told exactly what the next thing that was going on.
Was it a fight though? True.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
You're
that's
not
real
wrong.
true. But it was so simple and straightforward, and
and very very well paced.
it
Yeah.
made in no time jumps. And I believed every character exactly how they reacted to shit. It
Mhm.
made 100% sense. You know,
And
Rhaenyra
very
with having birth and having the stillborn. That was scene was so.
that
Me and my
was
wife just looked at each
that
other
was
like, "Wow,
very
this is
intense and
hard."
just visceral and like
Yeah.
ugh.
But it's honest because you honestly, and that those times there's so many stillborns,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and,
Well,
and
and
you have to
all the
give birth,
inbreeding,
except with
like
all
with
the inbreeding. Why wouldn't
especially
you
with
have?
all the inbreeding, of course.
Did you
But
see the baby though? Did the skull wasn't formed yet?
yeah,
There was
Yeah.
so much. They did details that
Mhm.
yeah,
ruined my nightmare. Like they're going to be in my nightmares for forever. Because anyone that's dealt with that kind of stuff, it's tough.
yeah.
It's tough, and they did it hard. It was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And
as Jimmy said,
the way the stillborn just like clunked to the ground, fell to the ground like that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
thudded to the close ups of it, like you said, Brian.
Yeah. I don't know too if you guys noticed the they were even more like really detailed with putting the umbilical cord around the neck.
yeah, and
So
saw
it
that
was
how it
like,
choked.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my god!
So I was like, man, so that was wrong.
Yes,
One
you
thing can
did.
I say for season 2? Can we get less baby
Oh
killings,
my god!
please?
Yeah.
Please. Like,
I
how
know
many
infant
kids are gonna
mortality
die?
was high back then, but come on, man! I don't need to
Yeah,
see that all.
Yeah,
But I guess it did flow well because from episode 1, having what happened in episode 1,
hmm,
and then having what happened in episode 10, and how Viserys dealt with it, how it compares to how Rhaenyra dealt with it. Those are things that you got to kind of see, and how Damon dealt with it, and it was Alf doing other stuff. Like
yeah,
seeing those things were just crazy.
yeah.
yeah.
So,
Oh wow!
so much child death. I bet Stephen King watched this series and was like, ugh.
Yeah,
Too soon, man.
yeah.
Too soon. That's so bad. Oh man, don't get me canceled. Can't be canceled before I get started. It's terrible.
Yeah,
But,
that was a rough scene.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it showed how strong she really is, and made you believe that she can be anything. And at her lowest place, in her lowest position, that's when they bring the crown to her.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
she's
I
a-
thought that was kind of nuts.
And then no one thinks she doesn't think that anyone's going to follow her, and everyone there bowed to her.
Mhm.
Well, almost everyone. Not Rhaenys. Not Rhaenys.
Not right away. I wasn't sure how to take that, and I liked how they let it kind of
Breathe.
sit, because then like everyone else kind of like gave her a nod and stuff like that, and then she turned around and looked at her or around the table or something like that, and she didn't, like acknowledge her as like you're not the queen yet. I don't know.
No, I felt like what it is she knew her husband Corlys was found, and she was waiting for him to get better, to get what his answer was. She stayed in her place no matter what was going on, no matter what her feelings were personally. She stayed in her place, but she did respect Rhaenyra about not wanting to go to war right away. I thought that was a really cool scene too, because every man was like, "Let's go get him," and Daemon's like, "Let's go." Hey, you ain't got to tell me 2 words. I'll fight this war by myself. And Rhaenyra said, "Let's hold on. I made a promise to hold this kingdom together."
Yeah.
And
But I also like how it was the aunt. I forgot what her name is.
Rhaenys.
Rhaenys. Like once it's like she told her husband all like what's going on, this and that, blah blah blah, and then he's trying to figure out, and she's like, "Hey, listen, like we need to support her." It's like he had to make the decision, but she told him what decision to make.
Just like every other family,
but in
right?
private, but in
Just like
private,
every other family.
yeah. So it was like, she was the real, boss of it. So, but I thought that was super cool.
Oh no,
of that part of it.
I gotta say this. Hold on. Low key, I would have went to Daemon around and killed Otto right there. Me too.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't even asked. I would just chopped his head off.
Yeah,
What? Oh, you didn't want me to do that?
Do what he did in was it episode 7 or 8, whatever it was, where
Where
he's
he
like,
killed, he killed Corlys' brother. He just done. Leave the tongue. I'm gonna cut that out too.
Oh, how'd you guys like when Daemon and Otto met at the bridge? The same way it was like episode 2 or something like that,
Yep.
and then
Rhaenyra came on
comes,
the dragon again.
Yeah, but this time she's on the opposite side, which is kind of interesting. So
What was also interesting, so she left the dragon there, so they couldn't get out.
yeah,
They were trapped, and then Otto's still talking his stuff, and she's like, "You better refer to me as queen, bruh." It's just like, wow.
She got up in his face, ripped off the hand, thingy. Yeah, she was a badass.
Said, you got it. No, Brian, burn him and send the skull to Allison with a note that says, "Burn for bun." Wow.
Burn for bun.
Burn.
Yeah,
burn for burn.
I like burn for bun better.
Got a little more of a ring to it, right?
Yeah. I mean, that might happen now. The burn for burn.
No, she's going. We've been waiting for the Black Queen. We went for Rhaenyra. See, Rhaenyra is 2 things, and that's why I think she's one of my favorite characters. Her and Daemon are. She is Daemon, because that's what they have, that attraction. They have the same thing, but she's also her father's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
She's Viserys' daughter, and the way she handles things is a little bit of both of them. So when everyone thinks they're going to fight, she wants peace. But when you touch her family, when you fuck with her family, she's ready to go after everyone. I think season 2 is going to be a bloodbath. Kids are going to be dying left and right. We don't need babies. We need kids. Kids are going to be dying left and right. And Daemon specifically is going to kill, was it Aemon?
Aemon.
Yeah. I think Daemon specifically goes and kills him.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of been setting that up a little bit, that fight between them two.
But it makes sense because Daemon owes Rhaenyra. Like even when he came back in, it seemed like he realized he's like, I fucked up.
Oh,
I need, I fucked up. I need to, show her, and he's going to be the one to like, look, I'm gonna go kill this mother.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone else says. I'm gonna kill in front of his mom, and that's gonna piss off Allison. It's gonna go back and forth.
What it's like, what do you expect? I mean, like, but it made sense how he reacted to it because like Allison was doesn't want the right eye, the eye right, yeah. Eamon was much like Allison, where like something happened and they're like very quick to reaction, like because we noticed that every time Allison was pissed off, it was just like reaction and then thought about it, afterward. Where Rhaenyra is like thinks about it, but
Rhaenyra has been her entire life has been, shown how to be a queen, shown how to think about her actions. She didn't care about no one gonna tell her what to do, but she thinks about everything she does, and she has a plan for it. She had 3 illegitimate children, but guess what? She had a plan for every one of the kids. She always had a plan, always had it thought out. So crazy. And that's something that's very much a leader. Not necessarily a good one, but it's definitely a leader.
So yeah, she made some dumb moves, like legit dumb moves, but overall, I think she means well. I don't think, like you said, she's very peaceful. Where like Allison kept putting this idea in everyone's head, like, oh, if you don't become king, she's gonna kill us all. I was like, why would you think that? Because you're an ass, and that's what you would do? It's like,
Well, that's because her father said it.
Yeah.
But it's funny. But to be fair, Rhaenyra does have Daemon. No one's just gonna come in their house to try to kill nobody.
Yeah. Now.
That's just what it is. This is something Jimmy says. These writers did very well. I was hesitant to pick a side, but now, were you guys hesitant to pick a side?
For me, it wasn't like once episode 4-ish, maybe. I'm like, oh yeah, no, I'm over these high towers.
Yeah,
the green people, the greens, what are they calling them?
The greens. Yeah, I didn't like the high towers from the beginning, from the get go. Yeah. From the beginning, I hated them.
Yeah,
because Otto even selling off his daughter, just pushing her off there to become queen. Oh, come on.
Yeah, it was icky.
And then Rhaenyra was a petulant child. But what do you think a princess is going to be? But no one could tell her no. What do you think she's going? And Daemon's just so badass. I can't help but just love him.
Although, F him a little bit this episode, because when he grabbed her by the neck, I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Were you surprised to see that though?
A little.
And they were that type of relationship with those two.
Not being sexual, yes, I was surprised. Like that was like anger and rage and emotion. That was him being upset.
She wasn't surprised. So this is not the first time this happened.
No,
this is definitely not something.
Also, I think she was more surprised because she was trying to like ask him, right? She's like, "Oh, but I have to uphold, what my father told me about the Song of Fire and Ice," and he went into that whole little speech, and she's like, "Oh, you don't know." And I think that's gonna play effect later because it's a touchdown. We're whooping Pat's butts now. But I think that's gonna play an effect because is she gonna realize, she goes, oh wait, not every Targaryen knows this story.
Well, her father told her that. I'm only sharing it with you. And that's what she needs to realize, that makes Aegon not fit to even rule, because he has no idea, because his mother doesn't know.
Yeah,
because Viserys didn't love Alicent like that. Viserys loved her mother. Yeah. And that's the only person that you can see him actually tell, like they actually had a connection. That's the only person you can see to actually tell what the Song of Fire and Ice. But everyone else, no one. No one else would know.
Yeah, that was. What are you gonna click it?
I was gonna say, yeah. I was like, Aemon knew as soon as it happened, he started the war. I think Aemon was afraid as soon as it happened. He was like, "Holy crap!" I was just trying to scare them. And now I know, not just I started the war. I have to go back and own up to this.
Mm-hmm. Does he though? I mean, I guess he has to, right?
He has to, because I mean, they know. I mean,
People,
if Damon knew to tell, they know the noble is going to tell them like, hey, this is what he did. He went off with his dragon, and then we haven't seen the prince since.
Yeah.
And they're gonna see pieces of the dragon,
a wing, a leg, a cape. Yeah, that man. So like, that was the cherry on top of this whole season, was getting that dragon fight. That's that scene, that cut of the smaller dragon,
how
the
big,
sun, and then it like flashes and it's him. Holy crap, man, that was intense.
I think the most important thing is what James just said. James just said right here. Question: that secret dragon that Damon went to claim, is it bigger than the one Aemon rode? I believe that is the biggest dragon out there, and Damon is just holding on to it, and that's how Damon is going to go kick his butt.
Yeah,
Aemon is going to die because he's going to think he has the biggest, baddest dragon, and now you give it Damon a big dragon too. And it was such a small scene of him singing to the dragon, and it was amazing to see. And it was so dark, yet the light hits. You see the fire. It looked amazing.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It was so
really cool. I don't know if he's gonna be bigger, but he is 100% badder. I mean, the teeth. Yeah. He looked like that crazy guy that is ready to get out of the cage or something like that. You know, it's like. The teeth, the eye, the face, like the whole.
Or he's just the same size.
Or that. I mean, but even if he's smaller and he's just like a crazy dragon that like is just like super aggressive, super like uncontrollable. But I wonder, because since he lost control, Aemon lost control of the dragon, basically, you know, because then the dragon kind of did whatever the hell it wanted to do.
Because he doesn't follow. He really doesn't.
Yeah, it wasn't meant for him. That's my thing. It's like, it's not his. He stole that dragon, and it belongs to Damon's daughter.
And I think that's what's going to come out. I think he's going to even say that.
Yeah.
And when he kills him, he's going to be like, now
here you go.
My daughter, Bayla, Lady Bayla, is going to have to get this now.
Throw the keys of the car.
They're like, hey, Bayla, 16 years old. Here you go. Yeah. My question is, when he does that, does he die?
Who?
Does Damon die?
No, there's no way. Damon, you do not get Matt Smith and like kill him like at all. Like, no.
I think everyone's gonna die eventually.
Eventually.
Everyone's gonna die. And remember, he's getting older.
Yeah.
In this show, I mean, what is he, 17 years older than about 16, 17 years older than Rhaenyra. So
yeah,
if she's 35, he might be 50. True. There's only like 7 years between him and Viserys. Viserys just,
Yeah, I know. Well, also Viserys got all those medical issues going on, but yeah.
All right, let me kick on some of these. When the Greens killed that baby daddy, I was moving more towards the Blacks, and he says, "Blacks got to stick together, Brian." Whatever. Hey, on the House of Nerds show, how's it going, man?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
We just wanted to get through this House of the Dragon finale, which is just amazing. Is there any other scene that you guys saw that was just really blew your mind?
I think the stillbirth and the dragon chase at the end were my main two standouts.
Corlys being found was pretty amazing to me too. Corlys and him walking, even that scene with him walking in was very epic. It wasn't the serious epic, but it was still very epic and scene.
It was good enough.
Because it did have those very nice kind of nuanced, subtle character moments in addition to the spectacle. And that goes for, not just this episode in particular. I think it especially hit for me because this was the season finale. But there was a really great balance between the scope and spectacle and those more kind of nuanced character moments. That's where the show really that's what the show really, really did for me. Yeah. As a whole.
What about the scene with Eric? When Eric brought the crown. Wasn't that pretty freaking amazing too? And he renounced and said, "I will follow you to death," and I'm not. He pledged his knighthood to her immediately, and then everyone else was bowing just right there. It was just so up. And then even when Damon, bent the knee, that was cool. So it was so well done. I feel like this episode was just perfectly written, great, was acted well, and I didn't have to see not one Hightower besides Otto. Woo!
Yeah.
It's everything I need.
Man, yeah, that's right. I didn't even think about that because last episode was all Hightowers. This one was all Targaryen.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. One thing I was pretty cool was the table. I didn't know the table like freaking lit up like that.
It was so cool when they send the candles underneath.
And it's like I'm like that's pretty cool. That was pretty cool. But one thing also with Corlys when he like pledged his loyalty to the queen, and she's like, cool, yeah, and then he's like, oh, and I control this now because
by the way,
she's like, oh, like you see her face like, wait, what? I didn't know that was in the deal.
You just say not just all the Navy, but everything else. Like
we literally control the only port into King's Landing, so we can like literally like blockade. Like it was awesome.
Episode 10 was a perfect season finale. Does that mean it's better? This is what I really want to ask everybody. Does this mean, especially after our last episode, Tank? Does this mean the House of the Dragon is better than Game of Thrones so far?
No, this was a great episode. Well, real quick, great episode, not a season finale episode.
Really? I thought this was a great season finale. I loved it.
There's something missing. Oh, nice. I wanted something else. Like it ended great, but I felt like there was this like something missing at the end. Like she turned around, great way to end it, I thought, but it was just like there's still something,
You want another season. That's what you want to see the.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
You want another episode, but
that is very true.
No, leaving it right there, I think it's the perfect place to do it.
It is. It's hard to change. It's hard to see anything better than that.
Sorry, guys. I'm just.
Yeah. I'm watching the Bears game. I saw that. Roquan Smith. But I don't know. I still cannot say that the show is better than Game of Thrones. At least
I already like it. I already like this season more than I like season 1 of Game of Thrones. It's hard for me to say all of Game of Thrones because Game of Thrones for like 4 seasons was the best thing on TV.
Yeah.
I have to wait until we get more House of the Dragon before I can even compare it to Game of Thrones. I kind of prefer not to even compare it to Game of Thrones because it stands on its own.
It's strong enough that it does stand on its own, and I love it.
Yeah. Well, we. Even though you don't want to compare, I was thinking like probably next week compare.
We're gonna do a compare. We're gonna do a
like
person
character like who would we consider like kind of what and stuff like that. So
before we leave off, because I think we're gonna kind of trail off of this. What did you think about that? The other son, what's his name? Her older son.
What the, I don't even know their names, man. But the oldest son.
I gotta get better with the names of the characters on the show.
Like I know them, man. I'm just I don't know.
It was like Kassarian. I don't freaking know. But the oldest son, I know what you're talking about. When she told him,
where did she tell him to go?
Well, she go.
What house did he tell him to go?
Winterfell and
Stark, right?
Yeah, Stark, and there was another one. What was the other house? Because he went to 2, and the younger one went to Baratheon, right?
Baratheon. What you thought was closer, and you didn't have to worry about it as much.
Yeah. So, but yeah, hearing Stark.
But hearing Stark means that you think you're gonna get something in the
Winterfell. Yeah, there you go. Winterfell and the Vale, because that she's related somehow to the Vale. So yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And as he said, I can't believe we gotta wait till 2024 the next season.
I can.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, but I want it now.
You pro man. You're like the man. You understand how they make moves and make you wait. I'm like a crazy fan who just wants everything right now. Put in my like, give it to me all right now. That's why I like when Netflix drops everything.
Yeah. So I know why, obviously, because they weren't sure what was going to happen the first season. They need to see how it was, before another HBO cancellation happens. But I can see going forward that they're like, all right, we're going to shoot season 2, 3, and 4 all together, and then have it kind of come out, because George R. already said it's going to be at least 4 seasons to tell the story.
I thought it was 6.
I read 4.
George R. R. Martin.
I think that's.
There you go. I forgot about that. Did they just save all the F-bombs for this episode? Because holy shit, man. There were so many F-bombs. Holy crap. Just during the pregnancy or the birth scene. It was just like.
But you see our sons, they're like, we need to get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yes, we're going to do next week. We're going to start to get something, a comparison again to season 1 Game of Thrones. We're going to start comparing characters and who do you love and what side are you on and who is the mother of everything and what we're looking for. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you guys get a chance, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. But we're going to have a lot of fun next week. And honestly, guys, I want to hear you guys. I want to hear what you guys thought about this. This was an amazing finale for me. Tank said it was a great episode, but he didn't like it as a finale. What do you think, Brandon?
As a finale, I really liked it. Because like I said, it left me wanting more.
Exactly.
I'm like, what's next?
Exactly. Left me wanting more. And I feel like they introduced, finally we get the Black Queen, and we're about to see some shit go down. And that's why I thought that it's going to be so much better. But I thought it was a perfect episode, season ending episode. But I want to know what you guys think. If you didn't like it, what if you thought that they did too much? They showed too much, gratuity and things that you just don't want to necessarily have to see on television. But let us know. Put the comments in. We'll definitely respond and talk about it. And we're going to talk to you guys a little bit later, especially next week when we compare and contrast a few quick characters. So,
yep, sounds good.
See you guys later. Thank you.
See you then.